And when I told them about this, they said, no, women can do... That's right, women can do anything they want to. But right now, men have to register for the draft. If we have an all-out emergency war in this country, or we go to war, and we need more men, women are going to be treated the same as men, and they will be drafted also. That's what I'm trying to say, and it's a fact.
Why is that a bad thing?
Huh?
Why is that a bad thing that women would be drafted?
Women would be drafted just like men, because it would be equality.
I don't think the proponents of the Equal Rights Amendment would have an issue being drafted in the military to fight for our country. I think physiologically...
Let me tell you something. We disagree, because I can tell you equality is equality. You would have more lawsuits than you can possibly stand. It's already done in the vote in Congress that they did not ratify. You know, there is a difference between a man and a woman. There is a difference between a man and a woman. I enjoy every once in a while opening the door for a woman, okay?
Okay.
But they have this, listen, it's already in the law. It's already in the law that you cannot discriminate because of race, creed, color, or any of that.
But that didn't say sex.
Huh?
Race and color are not sex. And right now the 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868 to deal with race discrimination. We don't have a fundamental value of equality. We don't have a sex as a suspect classification as race currently is. So women, when they go to court, don't have a leg to stand on when they're filing for this sexual harassment because they're a female. And vice versa. If you're a male filing for sexual harassment, it would give them a leg to stand on as well.
Let me give you another example, okay? Right now, see, I'm in the real estate business. But they've been trying to bring it up for years and years and years, and Congress will not bring it back up. Listen to this. If the ERA was not extended by March 22nd of 1979, could the ERA be revised?
Congress holds that power to extend.
But the Congress would have to do it again before it's even before the states. Right now, it's not even before the states.
But Virginia would have been the 38th state to ratify. Is that wrong?
It's not even before us, because Congress let me read you this, okay?
But it just passed in the Senate. So in the Privileges and Election Subcommittee, you had the opportunity just to at least give us a full hearing.
That's one reason you asked me why I voted against it, and the reason I voted against it, it's not even before us. It's a null. It's a nullity. It's nothing. If you'll listen to me a minute, I will tell you, okay?
Okay.
Lawrence Tribe, that's Nell's attorney, said if the 7-year limit expired before Congress took action to extend that limit, or before the 38th state took action reportedly ratifying the ERA, it would be arguable that the amendment should be regarded as incapable of such belated resurrection. Equal Rights Amendment extension is in the Senate, okay? The other thing is Representative Vaughn, V-O-L-K-M-E-R, in the event we did not extend to March 22nd, 1979 original deadline, do you have an do you have an opinion as to whether Congress could open it up again for ratification? Representative Barbara Jordan, Democrat from Texas, I remember her, Congressman Volker, the time will have expired for that resolution, and all intents and purposes, be dead. Okay?
Okay.
In other words, she said, do not feel that would be viable issue for consideration of Congress because the resolution would, for all intents and purposes, be dead.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Delegate Ingram. It was before the Privileges and Election Subcommittee, and it was passed in the Senate in the Virginia General Assembly. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
So it was before you. You were.
That's right, and I voted against it. And then I'm trying to tell you the reason I voted against it.
Yes, sir. The Rights Amendment is directly correlated to the military draft. That's your main opposition statement.
That, and also that's one of the main things is that. But the other thing is separation of church and state. I don't feel like that a church should. In other words, that is an independent thing. The Methodists, they do have women. And there's a lady in Hopewell right now that's at First Christian Church. She is one of the sweetest ladies. She's a great pastor, and she's a personal friend of mine. But my church doesn't have it. I'm with the churches in Nazarene, and we don't have it. Catholic churches do not have it.
What is it? What is the it you don't have?
Huh? We don't have ladies in the pulpit. Now they can be there if they want to be, but we do not have them as pastors.
So how would the Equal Rights Amendment affect that?
You would have to do it.
So why can't women be in the pulpit?
You would have to put them in there, whether you want to or not.
So churches would have to allow women to preach, and that's a bad thing.
That's correct. Yes, ma'am. Now you understand. Yes, ma'am. Because equal rights.
Okay. That's quite interesting. So do you believe that the gender pay gap is real in the United States?
Ma'am?
Do you believe the gender pay gap is real in the United States?
The payback?
The pay gap, that women make 72 cents on the dollar to what men make?
That's probably true.
That's probably true.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. But what I'm saying is that women have the same rights as men. Okay? And if they don't, then something is wrong. The Equal Rights Amendment is wonderful. I agree with it. But we need some exceptions in there. And they won't pass exceptions. Equal rights is equal. And if you have equal rights across the board, then you're going to have consequences that you have to pay.
But earlier you said the United States already has equal rights. And now you're saying if we have equal rights, it will be chaos. Which one of those are you standing on?
I'm saying both. Because you're going to have chaos if you pass this Equal Rights Amendment without exemptions, okay? But to do. But now I don't feel that same way. And that's why I voted against it, because I don't want my granddaughter registering for the draft and have to go and fight just like men do.
But do you want your granddaughter making the same amount of money for equal work as a man? I
don't have a problem with that. I think that already lawsuits. I don't have a problem with equal pay. I think equal pay should be done. If the lady is doing the same job as a man, she should get equal pay. I don't have a problem with that at all. The biggest problem that I have with the Equal Rights Amendment is the fact that my granddaughter would have to register, and all the young ladies that are being born today, they would have to register for the draft.
Is that accurate? Would they have to register for the draft? Because that's not stated in the Equal Rights Amendment.
It doesn't have to be stated. The Equal Rights Amendment says it. It says it's equal. It's equal. I don't understand where you're coming from. Equal rights means equal. Everybody would be equal.
Okay, but I guess I'm just not understanding why would women in the military be chaos?
Because they would have to sleep. In my opinion, they would have to sleep in the same dorms as men. They'd have to shower with men. They'd have to use the same bathroom as men. Maybe that's just me, but I don't think that's right.
So WHSV of Harrisonburg released a poll in December of 2018 that said 81% of voting Virginians said they would support state lawmakers ratifying ERA in the 2019 session. Don't you think that the ERA should at least get a full committee hearing if the people want it? And isn't that just democracy at its best? Or are Virginians confused?
All right, I'll tell you the same thing that I told a lot of the ladies with the ERA. They're in the same boat that I was in back in 1992. They do not know what they are asking for. If they knew the consequences, and when you hear, are you for equal rights? My gosh, I'm surprised it's not 100% of the people that want equal rights. In other words, it depends on how I can, what I'm saying is that 81%, They do not understand what they're asking for. If they knew all these other things, I've had a lot of people that have called on the phone and emailed me that they were for it, but now they are against it because they did not realize the consequences. Okay? So what I'm telling you is, if you really ask that question, and you ask the question, are you willing to see your granddaughter go into the military and be drafted? I'll guarantee you that percentage would drop down to 35 or 40%.
But these people that have been proponents of the ERA since the 70s, what makes you think that they don't fully understand the repercussions of ratifying this resolution?
I can honestly tell you that they do not understand.